fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Can't hit him, 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 hit him. Listen, 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 hit him, listen. It's Eagles talk live, let's talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on them, drop the facts on them. It's Hurricane, baby, let's get it on.
Hey, fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to another edition of Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. Last time I saw you guys, our Philadelphia Eagles took a loss to the New York Giants when, and it wasn't really good. It was ugly. It was ugly loss. After going over the game, you know, they beat our tails. That's just the plain simple about it. They beat our tails, and they are the one team in the division that's actually ascending. Everybody else, I mean, I'm not saying we have descended. I mean, we have descended. Washington's playing a little harder, but the New York Giants are actually getting better every week, and they showed it last week by beating us handily. 27 to what? What was the score last? 27-17? Yeah, 27-17.
You know what?
Didn't look good.
It was this.
It definitely was that, man. And I know Eagles Nation is down, as we should be. I'm down especially because, you know, it makes you reflect. I mean, now, you know, we expected to come out of this bye and to put our season back on track. We were getting healthy. We got some people back. We got a full complement or closer to a full complement of our offense back, and there still was the same old thing. The offense did not show any improvement over the previous weeks, and it makes you reflect on where we are. And I know I went back and was like, dude, you know, our adversaries, when we won the Super Bowl in 2017, our adversaries came to, you know, they were chiding me and everything. Yo, you guys are only a one-hit wonder. Are we a one-hit wonder? I'm starting to think we are a one-hit wonder. Because since the Super Bowl, we have not even looked close to what we looked in 2017. Nothing similar. I mean, we may be that one-hit wonder. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about who's to blame. Who do you think is to blame for our team's current position right now? But right now, let me just say to my co-host, happy birthday, Patrick. It's his birthday today. Pat, what's up, baby?
What's going on?
Happy birthday.
I didn't put the song on here.
Oh, you didn't put the song on the soundboard. That's all right. That's okay. But we have some people on here to join us and saying happy birthday to you, and also to serve as our special guest shot takers. And this week or this day, it's going to be Frank. What's up, Frank?
Hey,
and
how
my
you
man
doing?
Kevin. What's up, Kevin? What's going on? Hey, look, guys, first, before you guys do anything, let me know where you guys are from. Let me know where you're located right now. Frank, starting with you. Where are you?
West Philly, baby. Born and raised.
Oh.
In the playground where I
West
spend most of
Philly.
my days.
And Kev, where are you, Kev?
Delaware.
He's in Delaware.
I'm in
All
Camden,
right.
Delaware.
Okay.
Camden, Delaware. Okay, so we got Camden, Delaware, and West Philadelphia. Well, we thank you guys for coming on and joining us.
Two West Phillies.
Two West Philly. I know you're up West Philly, too.
Oh.
All right. That's what's up. We thank you guys for joining us, man. And we're not going to hold you up any longer. We're going to get right down to the drinking right now. So
Yes,
come on,
we
Pat.
are.
Let's start this first quarter.
You're now listening to the First Quarter.
All right, if you are familiar with Eagles Talk or if you're new to Eagles Talk, you need to understand we like to talk about our favorite football team, and we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots, which we do at the beginning of each quarter. And this show is divided into 4 quarters just like a real game. So when we do a shot, you do a shot. If you've been following us this month, I am not partaking in the alcohol beverages. I'm practicing sober November.
Got another week.
Another week. We will be celebrating grandly next Thursday as I come off of this on Thanksgiving. So, and we will be on. We'll be on Thanksgiving. We'll be on. It's our Thursday show, and we got a game on Sunday. We will be on Thursday. So I know you guys will be watching. Watching football all day, and in between that 4:00 game and that night game, we'll be on. So just turn us on and check us out for our weekly show. But we will be joining you guys on Thursday, Thanksgiving Turkey Day. All right, guys, come on. Let me know what you drink. I know Frank is drinking the Honey Jack. Yeah, he's drinking the Honey Jack. Kev, what are you drinking? Oh, the Crown Royal Peach. Crown Peach.
Never had
and
that.
Pat, what are you drinking?
I didn't see that.
I'm back with the Terramata. I'm gonna finish the bottle. Well, I'm not finished the bottle tonight, but I'm finish up the bottle.
He's doing the Terramata tequila, and I am doing a glass of spring water. Okay, all right, so here we go. Everybody, raise your glasses to our Philadelphia Eagles. It's nothing to cheer about, but we're going to raise them anyway. All right, down the hatch, 3, 2, 1. All right, so after watching this game on Sunday, you guys have had a chance to allow this game to sink in and tell me now. I know what your feelings were immediately after the game, but after having 4 days of letting this sink in and thinking about it, with the way this team is playing, it makes you reflect on life. You know what I'm saying? You just look at your whole life and be like, wow, why am I existing? But anyway, so now you guys have had a chance to let the game digest. Let me know what your thoughts were on that game on Sunday. I'll start with you, Kev.
For me is just identity. We have no identity. There is no offensive identity. There is no defensive identity. You compare yourself to the Giants over there, even though they're not as talented, they had an identity. Their identity on offense was to establish the run. Wayne Gallman, who, Morris, how many teams has he played in the NFC East? And they just pounded the ball right down our throat, gave Daniel Jones easy reads, because our cornerbacks play off a mile. You get Darius Slay and you let him play off 10 yards. The guy wants to play man-to-man, and they do fades and this and that. So we have no identity on the Eagles. And when you go against a team that comes in that has been on a hot streak, and if you looked at the Giants' last 5 games, they're one-possession games, and they could have won those games against the Eagles, against the Cowboys when that got hurt. Tampa Bay, that game came down to a pass interference call in the end zone, and that game was going to overtime. And we know the first Eagles game, Ingram catches the ball. We're 0-2 against the Giants. So I don't think the Eagles have any identity. Their offense is in and out. Our head coach refuses to look at the numbers and see that our quarterback, third quarter, if you look at when he got Wentz out of the pocket, 6 for 6, 2 touchdown drives. The rest of the game, you put him back there as a bullseye with his 7th different starting offensive line. This is the result that you're going to get, and it's been that way all year. And since that Super Bowl year, we had pretty much that Super Bowl year that I always talk to my friends about. We always came in with the identity of we were going to run the ball, stop the run, pressure the quarterback, and no turnovers. That is completely different than we are in 2020 right now.
I definitely agree with you. Yeah. Very thorough breakdown of that. I definitely agree with you. Frank, what is your thoughts after seeing Sunday's game?
Carson Wentz. Every week we go through this. We see this every week. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to start no racial battle or anything like that. But if he was black, he would have been benched.
Oh wow. Well,
I'm sorry to go there, but if it was McNabb, Vic, Randall Cunningham, Rodney Peete, out of here. How long is it going to take for them to sit this guy down to evaluate the game from the sideline every week? We love our team. We pay good money for the gear. We pay good money to go see him. We take off work to watch him. We take paid vacations to watch him, to go to see them everywhere we go. And every week they give us the same product. Like, it's not fair to us, honestly. So my thing is, it's just like, it's Carson Wentz. Honestly, it starts with the quarterback. We gave that man $100 million. And it's time, man. It's time, bro. It's time, bro. And offensive, yeah, that's my rant.
All All right, we appreciate both
Appreciate
of you
y'all.
guys' opinions, and
Thank
we're
you.
gonna give you ours. I'm gonna put you back down in the green room, and we will see you in the second quarter, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
I,
Pat.
I love Kevin's opinion because I think we talked about that. We hit on that many times this season about having an identity, and the thing about it is this team. He's right. This team does not have an identity. For a lot of people out there that right now, you got to understand something. In 2017, we ran the ball. Our identity was to punch you in the mouth. Then when you brought your guys up to the line of scrimmage, we went over the top of your head. We had a healthy Alshon Jeffrey. We had a speedy Torrey Smith. We had a surgeon Zach Ertz. And our running game was a 3 to 4 headed monster that you couldn't stop. We got a little bit of that back today when we signed Jordan Howard. If you don't know, we just signed Jordan Howard. He was released by the Miami Dolphins. So we do got a bruiser back. And to Frank's point about the benching of Carson Wentz and not to bench. I mean, he hit the nail on the coffin too, because you gotta understand something. Donovan McNabb got benched. He did get benched. Did it make him play better and realize that he got to be a better quarterback? Yes. But in this situation, we don't really have an established backup quarterback to come in to go ahead and lead this team. We look at Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is still a rookie. He's still a one-read quarterback, and two, that is better with the quarterback's coach. How can we trust that he's going to be ready for prime time? I know we got Nate Suffield in there, but he's inactive. Truthfully, I don't know why he's here. But
Who?
Nate Suffield. I mean,
Oh.
he's been here for the past 3 to 4 years, and he hasn't done. He played one quarter or something like that. But back to the thing about having an identity. Thank you for everybody for wishing me a happy birthday. We do need to establish our identity to be a better team in the second half of the season.
All right. I didn't recognize our co-host out there in the chat room because they definitely helped hold the show down. So let me just recognize the first person in the room, and that's Celsia. Celsley. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. But she says hi, guys, or he says hi, guys. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. I don't even know. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be funny or anything. Second person was JT. Stewart was the third person. And your lovely wife was the fourth person. And
Yes.
I hope she's doing better, too.
She's
How
doing
is
great.
She's doing
She's
great.
doing great. Yeah, she's doing great.
All right. Richard Boo was in there. And Daphne Nicole says happy birthday also. Christopher Burton is in there also. And Jay Ray. All right. So getting to my opinion, I think Kevin had a really good point about identity. And it's funny because the year that, we won the Super Bowl and our identity became the running game, it was like we stumbled upon it because it was right after we lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. I remember vividly, and we ran the ball like 4 times or something like that in the game. Like we ran the ball some ridiculously low number, and it was at that point that Doug Peterson realized that maybe I need to use the run more. And ever since that point, he started running the ball, and we had a lot of success. We were like third in the league, I think, that year. And our other identity was stopping the run. We were like top in the league and stopping the run also. And that's done. Now, I don't know why they don't run the ball, because if you look at it, I looked at the game again, and we were doing very well running the ball and moving the ball. To Frank's point, I do agree that Carson Wentz shoulders a lot of the blame early on in the season, but I'm not going to hang that blame on him on Sunday. I watched that game over, and although he missed a couple of passes, what quarterback doesn't? I mean, he missed like ordinary passes. What I did see, and I commented on this Sunday, and we have to be careful what we ask for, because we wanted him to stay within the offense, and that's what I saw. I saw Carson Wentz staying within the offense. I saw Carson Wentz throwing the ball away. I saw Carson Wentz taking the underneath. I saw Carson Wentz not trying to make the 50-yard play every time. We saw Carson Wentz that tried to just do the game plan on Sunday. So I didn't really like that Carson Wentz either, I'm gonna admit. But I can't. I mean, because
how you gonna say you don't like that Carson Wentz?
Because we say it, and I understand now what he means when he says, I know what I gotta do, and I gotta stop. And then he goes out and does it again. But when you see him, you know, when you see the vanilla Carson Wentz, you'd be like, damn, I don't know if I would. I mean,
Yeah,
like I might
yeah,
want him to
yeah.
do a little bit
Listen,
more.
I
But
totally agree with you. We need the reckless Carson Wentz. The reckless Carson Wentz. This is what we got in 2017. Well, let's stop going back to the past. All right, I'm gonna stop right now because you know what we go too much into the past and talk about the years that already passes. We got to talk about the future. And right now, what works for this offense is a Carson Wentz that's able to get out of the pocket. Like Kev said, getting out the pocket, he's efficient. He's
right.
a dangerous quarterback outside the pocket. Inside the pocket, you need to bench his ass.
Right. I mean, he's not the best pocket passer there. So I do agree when they rolled him out, he had more success. So that's more. And again, I'm not taking any blame away from Carson Wentz because there was a point early on in the season that we probably should have sat him down if for nothing like a half or something like that, and maybe let him see the second half from the bench and then bring him back the next game or something like that. But Sunday, I can't say that I would put a lot of blame totally on Carson Wentz. I'm gonna say that rolling him out was more effective. I'm gonna say that running the ball was more effective, and we didn't run the ball enough. We didn't roll him out enough. And who's that responsibility on? That's on the head coach. The head coach has got to do a better job, and we're going to talk about that in this second quarter. Who's to blame more for this season's non-success? Is it the players? Is it the coaches?
Well, let me
Is
end
it
this
Howie
quarter.
Roseman?
Let me end this quarter and we can get into that.
So in this
Because I like the
quarter right
build
here,
up.
Pat.
I like that build up. I like that
Yeah.
build up. You could tell you've been in a little bit of Hollywood, lately.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, so in this quarter, and we'll bring back our guests. There's Frank and there's Kev. Guys, welcome back. You heard it, the segue into the second quarter. But before we even comment on that, let's take this shot so you guys can get, we like that first quarter rant there, Frank. Frank is already fired up. I don't know if we want Frank to do another shot because Frank is already on fire. Okay, and I know Kevin personally. So I don't know if I want Kev. See, that's not even a shot. He has to take a shot with us. So now he got to do a double shot. All right, so here we go. Everybody, pour your shot.
I love this.
And Kevin has no problem. He has no problem doing this. I'm telling you. This guy is mild mannered right now. He just came from the gym.
Cheers,
you should
guys.
see him on Sunday. All right, down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. I don't even recognize this Kevin here because I've seen Kevin on game days, and he's oh my God,
I'm
you
the
can't.
same way.
He's subdued. Oh my goodness, he's really subdued right now. But anyway,
Before
just
we
heard
go
the
to the
segue.
question, man, I got to talk to my man Timothy King. He's in the comment section. It's good to see you, good brother. It's good to be on here, man.
All right, so here we go. You heard it. Who's more to blame for this season non-success? Is it the players? Because I can call out a couple of players that are not they're not living up to our expectations. Even if they would give us like what we expected from them when coming into this season, we'd be a lot better. So we got a lot of players that are not living up to their potential. Doug Peterson, I think he's had some brain farts along with Jim Schwartz. So is it the players, the coaches, or Howie Roseman for not supplying the coaches with enough talent? What say you, Frank?
Okay. I'm going to say it is the player's fault. I mean, not the player's fault, the coach's fault. Because everybody's healthy. We have a lot of weapons. Everybody playing. They're young. The coach has to put them in the right position. He is not using Reagor like he should. Fulgham is exploded. He's not put this last week. He just got shut down. I don't know where he went. Disappeared. Dallas Goedert looked like
A show of itself.
a show of itself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing every week. He get out coached.
Mhm.
Like some of the worst coaches in the league. That's just like out coaching him. You're supposed to be a Super Bowl winning coach. You took us to the Super Bowl and we won the Super Bowl. Nobody ever thought we would ever do that. And I'm proud to say that as an Eagles fan that we have one ring. But I want more. I want more than just one ring. And it's the coach. It's the coach, 100%. and Jim Schwartz, man. Oh my God, man. Oh my. Can somebody please tell me what's our scheme on defense? Honestly, I know it's man to man,
It,
but like,
go, it goes back to what Kevin said. No identity. We have no identity on offense or defense.
it's go ahead, Kevin. You can
All right, all right, Frank. We hear you.
Right.
So, what do you think, Kev? Players, coaches, Howie Roseman.
The coaches have passed, but I got to get on Howie. I mean, really, let's look at our talent on offense.
Mhm.
And I mean, we all watch a lot of football. And who's our Pro Bowlers on offense? The one Pro Bowler that's still position is Zach Ertz. He's been hurt. The only people on the offensive line, I mean, Jason Peters is 38. Yes, Hall of Famer, but he's not a Pro Bowler anymore. The only Pro Bowler right now would probably be Lane, but he's been in and out. Kelsey's still holding the fort down at center. So, and then the rest of our skill position players, they're practice squad guys. Yes, Fulgham has done well, but let's see now. He's been cut by 3 teams. You got Greg Ward, who was a quarterback in college. Now he's a good slot receiver. And then let's get on the defense. We got 4 guys that could probably start for the rest of the teams in the NFL, and you need 7 more to have a defense. So we have inadequate talent, and yes, the coaches can scheme up some things, but at the end of the day, you're only as good as your talent. And then when I watch you're going to watch my beast here play for Seattle tonight, DK. Why isn't he not on the Eagles? And then I know you guys all watched on Monday, Justin Jefferson. I mean, that guy already can run a route better than anybody on our team. So this has got to go back to the guy that's making the decisions.
I gotta talk about that one right there. I gotta talk about that one. Right?
Excellent.
We gotta keep these guys on real quick because I want to hit on what Kevin just said about Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, yes, he runs superb routes, and we saw that in his college year last year at LSU. He runs crisp routes. He's on the cusp of being like a Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy, to me, is the best route runner I've ever seen, and that's bar none to any other receivers. But the thing about it, when we was coming out, we was looking at Jefferson as a whole Eagles fan base. We was looking at Justin Jefferson as a slot receiver, so we were blinded by that. And when we was blinded back by that, we saw that when the Eagles decided to pick Jalen Reagor, we saw the speed, we saw the opportunity of him being the next Deshaun Jackson. But the one thing that was surprising to me, it's not really surprising to me because, you know, when you see football and you watch a lot of football, you can understand when these guys actually break things down. Ron Jaworski said, I could see the speed in the kid. I could see the speed in the kid, but the one thing he is missing is the route running ability. And that is scary. That's scary to say that if this kid can get the opportunity to make these routes, run these routes better than what he's doing, he's going to be a very dynamic receiver. So there may be some ability inside Jalen Reagor, but for right now, Justin Jefferson does have that edge on him up here. His edge is compared to Jalen Reagor. He's here, Reagor's here. But once he learns how to run routes, it's going to be a slow increase until they get to the same top. Now, that thing with DK Metcalf, I can't explain that. I can't explain that. My brother beat me up on that one. I listen, I don't know why we didn't pick that guy.
No doubt. Well, thank you guys. Excellent
Hey,
commentary.
man, me neither.
I'm going to put you guys back into the third quarter. Thanks a lot. They made some good points there.
They did make some excellent. I love when we have, everybody that watches the show, they come on because, they think that Eagles fans don't know anything about football. And when they give these excellent points, it's like you said before, especially when we had the ladies on, it's like, I mean, I can't say enough because what you said is everything I would have said.
Yeah. Kevin and Frank, y'all covered everything. We're probably going to sound like parrots because we agree with a lot of what you're saying. I think everybody gets a little bit of blame, but if I had to put the most blame, I might will have to go with Doug. I mean,
Yeah.
it's enough blame to go around. To be honest with you, because sometimes I look. I mean, I look at Doug Peterson and his play calling and him not being in rhythm with the game and how it's flowing and not knowing that the running game is working. Why are you calling 4 straight passes after that? You look at that, and then I look at the talent, and I know we don't have a lot of Pro Bowlers on offense and stuff like that, but I can't help but think like some of the young, and I talked about this Sunday, there's some of the young offensive minds in this league, or even the older ones, Frank Reich, Andy Reid, would take this same group of offensive talent and produce more than what we're getting out of our coach. So that's where I lay blame on Doug Peterson there, because it just baffles me sometimes with the plays that he calls and what he's thinking about when he calls these plays.
You're right.
I see the run working. Working very well on Sunday, very well, and then there's stretches where he'll go and have like 4 passes in a row. None of them are successful, and maybe you can hang some of the blame on the players for not executing. But I can't help but think like you're supposed to put your team or your players in the best position to succeed. Even if they have deficiencies, you try to stay away from those deficiencies and do what they do best. So if you see that they run the ball better than they maybe execute a pass play, and I know we can't run the ball all the time, but it would seem that you would lean more on the run than the pass. So that's where I give Doug a lot of credit. But then to Kevin's point, you look out here and there's not a lot of Pro Bowl talent on this team, and I'm not even knocking the people that are starting or whatever. They're the best we have and all that. And like I said, if there's another coach that had them, they might do a little bit better. I mean, we see people like Sidney Jones go to another team and actually perform. A guy we had for 3 years, we couldn't get anything out of him, but he goes to another team. And how many times have we seen that? How many times have we seen ex-Eagles leave and go and prosper somewhere else? Why couldn't they prosper here?
Sometimes you have to go to a new location to prosper. Sometimes
you could go there.
The defensive coach, like let's be honest, Jim Schwartz is not the best defensive coach we should have here. I'll tell you that right now. 2 years ago, after we won a Super Bowl, I was actually thinking we should got rid of this guy. He gave up 500 yards passing to a quarterback, and he broke a record. And said, and the thing about it is that this guy has a Super Bowl title as a defensive coach. They say he's a defensive winning head coach. I mean, this makes no sense to me. But let me get back to one point you just said about talent. I do believe Doug Peterson is the issue. The reason why I say that, and I said this many times before, is that Doug Peterson needs to relinquish the play calling, the offensive coordinator duties. He needs to be a head coach. All right. The thing is, you watch rest of these 31 out of 32 teams, 31 teams in the NFL. You always see guys running wide open. But in our offense, there is not guys running wide open. If they're playing a cover 2 all game, you know what's open? The middle of the field. The middle of the field, not outside, because you got the corners coming up or pinching down. The middle of the field is open. So this goes on to Doug Peterson being able to be aggressive or being a head offensive coordinator, and it's not working out. It's not working out. We can't be a head coach and offensive coordinator. Andy Reid realized that, and he relinquished his duties and became a much better coach.
Yeah, I agree. So, and like the point I was trying to make was that this team is not full of Pro Bowl talent, and then we don't even have those young people waiting in the wings where we can look back and say, all right, well, as soon as JP's gone, we have
wait. Do we? Wait a minute. You say we don't have these people in the wings, but look at what Mailata did. He wasn't perfect, but he was damn sure efficient. Look at Travis Fulgham. He came out of nowhere. Greg Ward, even though he was a quarterback, he always reminds me of Antoine Randall L. Antoine Randall L., if anybody knows, was the quarterback at Indiana University. When I went to Penn State and they ran practice squad team, and they looked at the guy because we had to play against Indiana. Nobody could do what he did at quarterback. Same thing in Houston. All right. Greg Ward was the dynamic quarterback in Houston, right? So his ability to translate that to the slot may be it is what it is for us right now. Travis Fulgham is somebody that is an enigma. I always say he reminds me of Michael Thomas. The way he plays the game reminds me of Michael Thomas. Why can't we develop plays to get these guys wide open against these coverages?
All right. So the point I was going to make was
My bad. I've been drinking. I've been doing a whole double shot.
Have a lot of people waiting in the wings to come and take the places of these positions that we're getting a little longer in the tooth, and that would point to talent not being ready. You know, we don't have any young talent. I don't think. I mean, you guys pointed out to me. You just pointed out. I mean, Mulata, maybe Fulgham.
Isaac is our center of the future. Isaac
Salamula, yeah, he's good.
He's our center of the future. Listen, we do have some guys. The kid Sweat.
Well,
Josh
then I'm
Sweat.
wrong. Then Howie's great. Then Howie's
not great. No, don't get me wrong.
Well, then can I finish my goddamn point? Damn.
No, I've been drinking. It is my birthday. All right.
That's why I let you go as long as I let you go. But damn, I can't get a word out edgewise. All right. Anyway, man, this quarter. Let me go to the comments, man. I can't talk, but I'm not going to let you guys be muted. Here you go, Ricky. Hashtag Brandon Graham.
Yeah, he's going to Pro Bowl, man.
Yeah, he's having a great time.
He's having all pro. He's going to be all pro year.
Fly Eagles Fly. First, happy birthday, Pat. I'm drinking that Terramana for you. And Doug got to go. It's time to let him go. Dwight, keep drinking. He's laughing out loud.
He's a Giants fan, and he got a Lakers jersey in his bio. Like, how you going to do that? Where's that happen at? I bet you a Yankees fan too, aren't you?
All right. I blame Wentz. He got paid big money. He should be able to win a game or two on the talent. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to attempt. I'm just going to attempt. I don't know if it's going to be a complete pass or not. I don't know if he's going to go for a first down. But I'm going to make this attempt. Pat might come and intercept me like he has been doing thus far. I don't know, but I'm going to try anyway. Okay, so here's Doug. I think it's a big part of Doug too, man. We always hear about Doug and being that player's coach and all that. And I've said it in the past, I think Doug is just a little too soft for this group of players. And I talked about it. I don't think you can go from soft to being a disciplinarian. I don't think that transition goes well. You either come out as a disciplinarian and then you can soften yourself up a little bit. But if you come out soft as a player coach, I don't see where he can flip the switch and get tough on these guys. We're hearing reports out of the locker room that Carson Wentz doesn't have the best practice habits. Brandon Graham even admitted to them having sloppy practices and not having the not practicing at their highest level or whatever, and that would point directly to the coach. This team coming out after a bye week and not being prepared, making mental mistakes such as they made, would point to coaching. So coaching is a great big part of this also. And if I had to change anything, because I don't hate Howie. I think Howie's a great numbers guy. I really do. I don't think he's the best talent evaluator. And I say that with bated breath because you see people like, we talked about a Jordan Mailata. That was Howie. We talk about Isaac Seumalo. That's Howie. We talk about a Fulgham, whether we cut him or not. That's Howie also. We talk about a Sidney Jones. That's Howie, even though he went to another team. So somebody on this team thought that he wasn't good enough and he went somewhere else and he's prospering. Maybe it's because the coaching scheme on the other team was able to take advantage of what he does best. I don't know. We talk about Nelly. Nelly's on Oakland. He's doing all right. You know what I mean? I don't know. Some of these players leave here and they do better at other places. It's got to be the coaching, man. It's got to be the coaching. But that's my little rant. I'm going to end it right there. Let's end this quarter. I'm just happy. Thank you, Pat, for letting me get that out. Let's end this quarter, man.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, so we look at this squad. Nothing. I mean, we look at this team since we won the Super Bowl. What, 9-7, and this year is not going to be 9-7 by no stretch of the imagination.
5-11, division win champions.
Right, 5-11, and I was promised, or I was told at the Super Bowl parade that this was going to be the new norm. and it's not the new norm. We were a one-hit wonder, and I don't, and I'm upset about that. I mean, it's sinking in, it's becoming reality, but I'm upset, man. We were a one-hit wonder. I thought that this team was going to build upon the success of 2017, and I'm not holding on to the past, but I'm just saying that, I know it seemed like all the stars aligned in just the right way, and that's the only way we won that Super Bowl. We didn't win because we had a winning culture around here or a system that would produce perennial Super Bowl contenders, as you can see, because we only contended that 1 year, and I'm upset about that. Let me know, what do you guys feel about the direction this team is going in? I'm bringing back our guests. All right, so you guys heard that.
What quarter are we in? We're in the
We're
third
in the
quarter.
third quarter. Yeah,
Let's do our
quarter
shot. Before. I
You
know
didn't start it yet.
All right, I'm gonna start the third quarter. How about that?
All right.
You're now listening to the third quarter.
All right, so you're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. We are upset. We're drinking our sorrows away. We're talking about everything that is that's upsetting us after this brutal loss to the New York Giants. They came in confidently and beat us, man. They were not afraid of us, and in no area of the game were they afraid of us. They didn't even look like the New York Giants we're used to. We were expecting, even when we got it to 14-11, when we closed it to 3, I was like, all right, well, this is where we're going to get back in the game. They're going to do something dumb. And guess what? The Giants didn't do anything dumb. Daniel Jones didn't throw the ball. He didn't turn it over or anything like that. They are playing better, and they were not scared of us at all. And I'm kind of upset that we're in this position. Nobody's afraid of us. You know what I'm saying? I'm afraid of us. I'm afraid of what we're going to do every time we show up on the field. I don't know what team we're going to see. I'm afraid of us, and I'm mad because they told me that this was the new norm, and since the Super Bowl, we have not been a perennial Super Bowl contender. We've been just barely making it into the playoffs. What do you guys feel about? Oh, let's do our shot first. All right, here we go. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
Wait. I didn't even I didn't even get my shot yet. I was talking in the chat room.
Yeah, you were talking in the chat room. All right, while he's
Here we
doing
go.
the shot, go ahead. Frank. Oh, my fault. Frank, what's your thought about this team, man? They promised us, man, that we was going to be perennial Super Bowl contenders, and we've been regressing ever since.
I never got to say happy birthday to Pat though, but
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Drinking, brother.
I am drinking.
Basically the direction that the team is going in, it's going in like it always has. Like with Eagles fans, I've been Eagles fan since '89. Every 4 to 5 years, we change quarterback. Somebody get paid, he out. Paid, he out. Paid, he out. And it's like that's where it's heading now with Carson Wentz. You can see it. It's like I don't know if we should wait on Carson Wentz a little bit longer, or we should. It's a pattern. It's a vicious pattern as an Eagles fan. So to say that I don't like the direction we're going in. It's going down because eventually we're going to have to change coaches. It's too many players in it. Are we going to stick with the talent that we got? Or are we going to develop the talent? The Eagles always have problems with developing talent. You either are good when you get here or you ain't. They never develop the talent once we draft them. It's just you are what you are. So I don't like the direction the team is going in, and I'm just stick with that.
All right, and Kev, what's your take on it?
Off of what you guys were saying, I wouldn't say that they were a one-hit wonder because winning a Super Bowl is not easy. I mean, we all know that. It took us how long to get there to finally win one. I mean, not everybody can be the Patriots and get there 9 times and win 6 of them. And I just look at some of these other teams, and we view them as perennial teams. But if you look at Drew Brees and Sean Payton, they've only been to 1 Super Bowl, and that was in 2009. I mean, you look at some of them. I mean, Pete Carroll. I know Seattle, and we want to talk about Russell Wilson. I mean, I know they've been to 2, 1-1, but they haven't really done anything. I mean, they missed the playoffs a couple of years ago. So I don't like the direction this team is going in, but we know that football, you just get a new coach in or you get some different talent. I mean, look at the Saints. They were going there for 3 years at 7-9, and they get one draft where they drafted the year they got the cornerback out of Ohio State. Then they drafted that right tackle Romanchuk, and then they got Kamara, then they got the safety. You get one good draft, and you're right back into this mix because football changes every year. It's not like the NBA where you need to have 2 superstars or 3 superstars to win a championship. Football's different. Every year you get an opportunity if you can get some different players in and get a different coaching staff. I think at the end of this year, I think Doug's probably going to be safe. But I think Schwartz, they're going to have to look at that because I really do not like his pass defense.
No, I don't like his pass defense either, and that's another part of why I blame the coaching too. Because when we talk about people that leave here and do well, how about the people that come here and don't do well, and they're playing under the same scheme? Like we got big play Slay here, and big play Slay. Although he's not stinking up the joint, he's not giving us what we were seeing in Detroit. And could that possibly be because of the scheme he's playing under now? Because I know I'm mad when I have to see him play 10 yards off the guy and play zone when we know he's a shutdown man-to-man corner. Why is he in a zone a lot of times when that's not his strong suit? So and why are all of these second cornerback, secondary people not playing the ball? Is that scheme? That's coaching, right? Why are they? We have 3 interceptions amongst our 3 interceptions. Our whole team.
It's none.
Sidney Jones has 2. He has 2.
Can I say
this
one?
This is the guy we threw him away. Go ahead, Frank.
All right, no. The thing, like to what you said, for the past 4 years, I've been seeing this. These guys do not go after the ball. They have no clue where the ball is. Like back in the day playing football, we wanted to pick that thing off and take it to the crib. These cats, just bat, just tip. No, take that thing to the house. Like, let's go. They just have no clue.
You can't catch the ball if you ain't looking at the ball. If you're not looking at when the ball comes, how many you can count? And this is your homework. This Sunday, look at how many passes are caught on them, and they don't even see the ball coming. They don't ever see the ball coming because their backs are to the ball all the time. Oh, man, it's coaching. Something has got to happen.
Michael Jarrett, the corner from Louisiana. Where is he from?
Louisiana. Look, he's drunk.
I am drunk. I've been drinking.
All right.
I've been drinking all day.
Are
man.
you trying to say Louisiana?
Louisiana.
Right. Okay.
Lafayette. There you go.
All right. There you go.
He's 6'2". He actually got in for Darius Slade when we played the Cowboys, and he had a Pro Football ranking of about 80 something. He has the ability to come in here and be an outside corner. I love Avonte Maddox, but he's not an outside corner for us. And right now he's making it bad. He's making it bad for us. The quarterbacks are completing around almost 80% against him. 80%. That's like us going outside right now, right? Me and you, right? Going outside right now and playing outside football, and I'm completing pass. Every 10 passes I throw, I complete 8 of them. Because I know I can get a first down or 6, 7, 8 yards. That should not happen. Now, Darius Slade did give up some major yards this past game, but we do need to address the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room has to be, I know I might be off of what we're talking about because I've been drinking and I've been in the chat room. Howie Roseman bringing the talent in and not actually understanding who's talented and who's not. We have talent in this building. They're not playing. The talented guys are not playing. And that's the issue.
All right. Well, we've seen that too. I mean, we talk about Fulgham being cut, actually. And as you can see, he's not a bad wide receiver. He was reported in training camp to be doing what he's doing now, and he was on the practice squad. So I do agree with some of our talent evaluators, not only Howie but on the team, the coaches, because good coaches play the players that are producing. They don't care how much you're making. What your name is. If you're not producing, they play the players that are producing. I always go back to Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. 3rd round draft pick. They just signed McGlynn to a big big free agent contract to come in and play quarterback. And Pete Carroll saw Russell Wilson in training camp and said, I'm playing the best player. I don't care how much money we gave to this guy. I'm playing the best player. Why can't we do that? Why do we have to discover Greg Ward only after all our receivers go down, that we have a nice slot receiver there? Why do we have to discover a Travis Fulgham only after all our receivers go down when they were doing this before? He should be playing. He should have been playing ahead of. He should have been on this team ahead of J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. But we had to wait until he couldn't play till we give this guy a chance. So yeah, I think our talent evaluating is a little suspect there, and that goes to coaching for real. And I'm forever grateful for this group of coaches that helped us to win the Super Bowl. But how long do you continue to go with these people before you just say this is enough? We have to get back on the right track. We are getting further and further away from that path that we took to the Super Bowl. We're going like this, dude. We are going like this, and we need to get this train back on track. So coaches, I know you can only draw up the plays. The players have to execute and stuff like that. But if I had to give more blame to the players and coaches, I would have to say the coaches, because I don't know if they can turn this around with their mentality and their scheme. I really don't know. So, guys, I'm going to put you down. We got one more quarter to go. Thank you for your commentary.
Yeah,
we're going to finish this quarter out.
We're going to need you because I'm struggling right now.
Yeah, I see you're struggling. But let's go to the comments, man. See what they're saying out here. Time to clean. Now here's Joseph Dixon right here. Time to clean out the coaching staff. We need to be more aggressive and want it, not just go through the motions. It's crazy. I agree with you, Joseph. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. We should have kept Douglas. Yeah, we have some players.
I do say there's a lot of players here that we already saw the resumes. We saw Rasul Douglas, we saw Sidney Jones, we saw Nelson Aguilar. Yes, we could have kept them and been mad at them for another year. But sometimes players, they need to go to different zip code to become better players. That's just the just of sports.
All right, and I'm going to interpret this. Sometimes you need to go to better coaching to be a better player. That's what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what you're saying. Maddox and LeBlanc are not good. We should have traded for a corner. Drexel Davis says special teams has been lackluster this season. Elliott leaving points on the field.
No, that's Doug leaving points on the field, not taking those extra points.
Right. I give that to Doug. Put that in Doug's bin. All right. Collins says Jim Schwartz relies too much on the D line and rarely blitz, in my opinion. That's very accurate. Very accurate.
You know what? He before this game, in the last two games, he has blitzed around 40% of the time. And that's crazy to think that Jim Schwartz will actually blitz that amount of time. But this game he didn't. And I know there's a running quarterback, so you have to try not to blitz. And but you gotta be true to yourself. Who's our coordinator from the past? Jim Johnson will blitz them to the death of them.
Yep. Not one time stopping. I mean, man, look. All right, Richard Boo says they're throwing over Maddox's head. Yes, he's kind of
at 5'9". Listen, I'm 6'1". I'm 6'1" with a wingspan of 6'9". So if he's 5'9", all I gotta do is do this.
Yeah. Timothy King says our linebackers couldn't play anywhere else. They are good special teams players. We always had a problem with the linebackers.
Hey Tim, I just connected with you, man. He was a great running back in here in the public league here in Philadelphia. But he was a nose tackle playing running back. So he know what it is. But at the same time,
let's beat the Browns this week. Yeah, we think that too, Joe. Thanks a lot. That's the most that's the Mr. Obvious quote of the day. All right, Anaya says, I'm late, fellas, but Bird Gang, this is the most winnable game within the next couple. My struggle right now is this. I feel Carson is becoming dead weight. He's a decent quarterback, but the way this team is playing, our quarterback has to be explosive, mobile, and smart. Hurts can give the feel of Murray, Wilson, and Jackson, but Carson is a better prototypical quarterback. Carson looks old for some reason. Well,
I think
reports were saying that he had bad practice habits and they weren't correcting him. And that's what that just points to that soft coaching to me. Like, You can't let this guy. I always said this. I said this a while back, right? And this is, I'm not inside the locker room, so when you're absent facts, you use imagination to fill in some of the gaps. Okay, all right. So here's my perception. I'm seeing that Carlson had such a great 2017 when John DeFilippo and Frank Wright was in the house that they upon their departure, they let up. No one was there to put their foot in his behind like D. Phillip did and Frank Wright did. No one's there to put their foot in his behind to have him work on mechanics and technique. And that's why he was so effective in 2017. He had an off-season coach. I read a report. He had an off-season coach. I think he used like a quarterback guru trainer that I think Aaron Rodgers used or one of the other more prominent quarterbacks used during that offseason. He came back and D. Phillip continued that work with the mechanics and such. And that's why you saw a more improved Carson Wentz from year 1 to year 2. When they left the building, I don't think anybody else has put their foot in his behind to make him continue to work on those mechanics and just assume that he has arrived because he had this near MVP season. And he was only in his 3rd year. He still needs work on those fundamentals. He still needs to drill himself on technique and such. All right. With that being said, there's no one there to do that now. And I don't think Doug, and that's why we're getting reports now that he's having sloppy practices and nobody's putting their foot in his behind. Now, can Doug change that? I doubt it. It's almost like Brett Brown trying to change Simmons. They're just too chummy now. So I don't think Doug can change him. Can he be changed? Yes, I think he can. I think he can improve on his mechanics, on his techniques, and return to that explosive quarterback plus mixed in with some maturity and decision making and throwing the ball away and such like that. So I think he's salvageable, but I don't think this coaching staff is the people to do it. That's my take on it. All right, couple more comments and we'll end this quarter. Kyle is in here. Kyle says Doug is turning Carlson into Doug. JT says, I said a couple weeks ago Carlson is a brat that needed to be placed on timeout. Michael, Doug can't call a play to save his life. 3rd and 14, and he runs the football, not even a screen or anything, just the presser. And speaking of screens, where are they? Are they outlawed in the NFL anymore? Are screens outlawed? Because we don't run them. It's talking about like if we run them, we're going to get a penalty or something like that. So is that a part of the new collective bargaining agreement or something that the Eagles can't run screens or something?
It's the Eagles. The Eagles can't run a screen. They're terrible with it.
All right, why doesn't Jim Schwartz play press coverage on 3rd and short? The corners are always
just
5-6 yards off of the ball. Enlighten me why this happens when you're supposed to have safeties to cover for the over-the-top passes. Also, Frank Wright was the reason for the Super Bowl. Thank you. Give him a round of applause. Every Frank Wright comment we get here deserves applause.
But I want to say this. I want to say this real quick. The thing about the corners, and when you want to talk about corners or break corners down, I'm the perfect person to talk to you about. When you have a defensive philosophy that doesn't rely on cover corners, you're gonna always go to your philosophy and say, you know what, I don't need my guy playing up on his receiver. The first time this is the first time ever that Jim Schwartz has had a corner that could travel. When I say travel, that means a corner that could travel with the best receiver on the team. So he has had the guy, Darius Slay, travel with the best receiver, but he's not having them play press coverage. He always has them play off coverage, which I don't understand. Like when I got to college and I was taught the different terminologies and stuff like that. I never liked it. I wasn't good at it. But like some people aren't good at playing off coverage. Darius Slay is a on the ball, on press coverage type corner. He's not an off corner at all. He's not.
No, he's not. So that is, coaching again. So it keeps coming back to coaching. Let's end this quarter and go into our 4th quarter. Bill Crow.
And that's the end of the quarter.
I'm late. We suck. Anyway, did I miss much? Yeah, you didn't miss much. We're having a shit section on our team because they lost to
Thanks,
the New York
Tina.
Giants. Pat is drunk. It's his birthday. He's excused. He's
I am.
intercepting. He's our lead. He's the Eagles' leading interceptor because he's been intercepting my comments all night long. We need to start Pat in the secondary. We need more turnovers. All right, here we go.
Not any
All right, let
longer.
me bring
Listen,
my-
I'm my age. Nah, I retired.
All right, so there's Frank, there's Kevin. Back for the final quarter here, guys. We thank you so much, man. Not only for the volunteer to do this, but we thank you also for your excellent commentary and opinion. Like we said, we do this show as fans, and we like to bring you guys in because I think we have one of the more intelligent fan bases in the NFL. We have intelligent fans, and you guys are just proving my point exactly tonight. So thank you again for joining us and helping us out here. So let's take this final shot for this final quarter of Pat's birthday show.
Woo!
And I don't mind. You can take all my comments for the rest of the quarter, Pat. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you, Pat. All right, this last
Hold up,
quarter,
Dante.
man.
Hold up, Dante. One thing.
right, go
one
ahead.
thing.
I'm a cop, and you will respect my authority.
I'm not a cop. Though. I love that. I'm
All
sorry.
right.
I've been drinking, guys.
All right, we'll let Pat have a happy birthday. All right, so this shit show it carries on. I mean, we still
does.
have what? We still have 7 more games to go. So this shit show isn't over. All right, so we got to face the Browns this Sunday. And what do you guys see happening, or what do you guys think needs to happen for us to make an attempt? Because as bad as it is, we still lead this division. As horrible as this team is playing, we still have a great opportunity at making the playoffs. So with that in mind, I'm not totally throwing in the towel at all, but I have to, as fans, we have to voice our displeasure on what's going on here. So with this game coming up, what do you think needs to happen for us to knock off the Browns? Starting with you, Frank.
Basically, I want to see a lot of Miles Sanders this game because good things happen when Miles touch the rock. And let's throw some screens. How about it? Let's throw some screens to our fast, speedy players, and let's just not turn the ball over. Basic stuff, just basic, and blitz a little more. And let's just go play crazy like a bunch of crazy dogs. Who say the LT, right?
Yeah.
Let's go in their house and just throw some fits. Let's fight. Let's get some personal fouls. Let's throw some weight around. Let's go get crazy, y'all. It's bird game.
I hear you.
Let's do it.
Yes,
Let's go.
I said that against Daniel Jones. I said, take a personal foul against Daniel Jones. Just make sure he doesn't run like he does again.
Yeah, you said, and we talked about it, being the first one to throw the first punch and punch him in the mouth. Unfortunately, they threw the first punch and punched us in the mouth. But we got to we have to turn that around. What do you think, Kev?
It's going to come down to game planning, and I'm not going to put everything's got to come down to Doug and Schwartz. Doug's got to go back to that film in 2017. The Browns defensive coordinator, Steve Wilks, got to go back to that Carolina game and see what defenses Wilks going to play. He's going to run a Ron Rivera-based D. So whatever plays he used that night in Carolina, I would like to see with that. I like what Frank was saying about doing some screens. It's definitely, we got to establish the run with Miles Sanders. That is there. And roll Carson out of the pocket. When you roll Carson to the right, his quarterback rating is over 100. I don't know why he does not see this. It's simple for me to see. Roll him out. We're going to watch Arizona tonight. Watch Kyle Murray tonight and see how many throws he has from the pocket. They never throw him from the pocket because he's too short. They move him out to give him angles to throw the ball over, so he's not throwing over offensive line and defensive linemen. And then on defense, on offense, defense, Schwartz should already see what Stefanski does. He saw what Minnesota did. He's going to do the same game plan last year when we went to Minnesota. Run Dalvin Cook a million times. They're going to run Chubb. They're going to run Hunt. And they're going to move Baker out of the pocket, give him easy throws. I'd be shocked if Baker gets over 20 throws but he's going to roll like Kirk Cousins did last week. Schwartz should have no excuse. That's what Stefanski ran last year in Minnesota, and then he ran the year when he came here in Philly. So he should know what he's going to run. Now, can we stop it? That's going to be the challenge right there in stopping it.
All right, man. Again, as always, you guys, excellent commentary. Again,
Appreciate
I thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, man. Let's give it up for our special guest shot takers, Frank and Kevin. Man, when we invite the guests back on, you guys make sure you reach out. And Kev, I'll see you again. We'll have you guys back on the show. Thank you so much, man. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. I will tell you right now, shout out to Stella.
Yeah, shout out to
Stella.
Stella.
Is keeping me right.
All right, hold on. Let me get. All right.
Oh,
Kev, that was straight to you, Kev, on the Stella
Kev?
shot. Yeah, that's
Stella. Hey, Kev. Stella. I love Stella. Was it 10 years ago I fell in love with Stella.
You got some cases next week. I told Jason earlier, you got to get the new 7-ounce bottle out this week.
Really?
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Kev.
Appreciate you.
All right, guys. I still got 7 minutes to go, so I gotta say something. But these guys said it all. That's why we can't have them back on. We can't have them back on because then I don't sound like a smart person anymore when I let them go first, and then I come back and say everything that they said. But that's what I was going to say. But they said it before I said it.
We need a 2-hour pregame.
Yeah, we did 2 hours.
I can't do that. That's too many drinking. That's too much drinking.
Oh yeah, that's too many shots. So now all right, show's over. They
show.
said everything. Kev and Frank said everything. As long as the Eagles do what Kev and Frank just said, we're going to win. I don't know what to say now. I don't know. That's exactly.
I want to say this. I want to shout out to my wife. She brought me a pool table. Shout out to my wife.
Oh yeah, give her applause. Give her applause. Shout out the wife.
She definitely brought me a pool table, and I appreciate that.
All right, but on a serious note, there, we've been saying it all year. I guess it's not rocket science here. I can't stress enough. We see the success of the run game, especially. Now don't get me wrong. When Miles wasn't there, it kind of struggled a little bit. I understand that, but Miles is back now, and Miles had a good game last week. Last week,
5.7 rush.
Yeah, Boston Scott had a great game.
21.0 per rush.
Yes, broke that big run and stuff like that. Doug, I don't know what else you need to see to commit more to the run. Carson, yes, it's a good start. Last week, Carson had, guess how many turnovers that Carson had? Zero.
They said he had a fumble, though. He did have a fumble, but I'm like, he recovered it.
Wasn't a turnover. All right, so what I'm worried about is no turnovers, and he had none. So he's on the right track. We need to, like Kev said, roll this man out, put him in position to be his best.
But I'll tell you,
is listening.
We've been saying that all year, though.
Yeah, we've been saying that.
We've been saying that all year.
This is some hope. He is listening because I saw him throw the ball away more last week. So that's a starting point. I don't think that this coaching staff is the staff to get him back on track, but I know he is listening because I saw the proof in the pudding last week. No turnovers, throwing the ball away, taking it underneath. So he is listening. So if we can get some more of that, some better play calling, Doug, better play calling. You can help Carson Wentz be a better quarterback.
You too can help Carson Wentz be a better quarterback.
You too, Doug, can help Carson Wentz be a better quarterback if you allow him to turn around and shove that ball into the gut of Miles Sanders and let Sanders and the running backs take some of that pressure off of him. Not only him, but take it off the line, the offensive line too. Backing up, retreating is a lot harder than firing forward and opening holes for the running backs. So come on, Let's kick in the door like Shell says, knock over the
What?
barbecue, and piss in the lemonade.
What? What?
Shell must be drinking out there. I know he can't
What
drink.
is
So
those analogies that he be coming up with? I know.
He getting rambunctious. That's what he said. He said,
I
let's
love
kick
my
in the
brother.
damn door, knock over the barbecue, and piss in the lemonade. Yes, that's what we need to do. We need to go in there and run rush out over these guys in Cleveland. But it all starts with the coaching. Doug,
Yes, it
please give us some better plays, man. You know what? I know everybody has their ritual, right? When you hike the ball, you say, all right, come on, Carson, come on. You know what I'm saying when we hike the ball? Give him a good play, Doug. Give him a good play, Doug. That's what I'm saying. Pre-snap, give him a good play, Doug. Give him a good play, Doug. Oh, my goodness. It's crazy. Jim Schwartz has to do a better job.
I'll tell you this right now. Against the Browns, we need to go after. We need to go after the quarterback. I understand that Nick Chubb and the other running back, Kareem Hunt, that they have, they are dynamic running backs. Landry is a good receiver. All right, so Landry is your best receiver because ODJ, whatever his name is going for the season. Yeah, I've been drinking, so I'm not.
No, he said Shell meant piss in the pool. He said his drunk ass. All right.
Shell's in Ohio
all right,
right now.
Dion also gave our guest some shot. He said the damn guest shutting shit down. So that's a shout out to.
But they need to go after Baker
in.
Mayfield. They need to blitz him relentlessly every single. As I hold it still up, every single down.
All right. Yes, they do. They need to bring the pressure. I said that last week.
I got a steak coming, so I'm.
Got a steak. Oh,
yes,
you're very happy. So
happy.
it's about to be over. Yeah, it's about to be over. But yeah, under a minute to go. But we thank you guys so much.
Appreciate
our special guests, Frank and Kevin. We will see y'all on Sunday, man. Pre-game starts. What time does the game come on Sunday? I forget.
1 o'clock.
Is it 1 o'clock? 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
All right. So we will see you guys at 12 o'clock. We will see you guys at 12 o'clock for Eagles Talk pre-game show. Cleveland Browns versus the Eagles, or the Eagles versus the Cleveland Browns. I think we're on the road, right? We're on the road.
Yeah.
So this is one of the more winnable games if you look at the talent on the team. This is one of the more winnable games out of our next 5-game stretch because we played Browns, Packers, Saints, Seattle, and Arizona. So this is a game that out of those 5, this seems like the most winnable. So if we're going to start to turn anything around, it can only start with the next game. So we'll have to see what these guys do on Sunday. But come back on Sunday and check out Eagles Talk pregame, man. We'll have 2 more guest shot takers. Might even see one of these guys back, depending on who we have in the lineup coming up. So tune in, man. We thank you guys again, and we'll see you Sunday. Take us out. Happy birthday, Pat. Take us out, man. Take us out.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2. Smash him up, crack that fool. Quarterback crack, yo, sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hit him, 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 hit him. Listen. It's Eagles Talk Live. Let's talk Eagles. Philly bleed green is from your people. Fly, Eagles fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat, Shell, and Dante.